not going to go through and show you the clicker with us. Oh, hi, bud. Arab stud that we picked up that you couldn't touch as of Friday? Saturdays when we picked them up. And I played with them today and one other day. Yesterday it was just about 10 minutes, and not long today, earlier. So with the clicker method and everything, the way I use the clicker, it sort of helps me introduce the halter to him. Like I said, I'm going to remind you, he's an 8-year-old, hasn't been touched since his yearling, and they probably just put a halter on him. He probably don't really truly knows what it is. So what I'll do, I'll show you how I get the halter on him. And this time, this is where my 3 P's come in effect: persistence and purpose. Now, purpose is get the halter on him. I got to be patient enough to do it, and I got to be persistent enough to get it done. So I'm just going to pet on him, and from there I'll start petting on him with the halter. Let him know it's all right. Come on this side, keep my hands on him, and just not make a big deal out of it. Like right now, if he took off, I wouldn't have made a deal. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my rope halter. This is where these rope halters come in handy, because I don't want to teach him he can run away from this halter. So if he runs away, I put pressure on him. Not enough to get him really to try to run through it, but enough so he can feel it, so I can teach him how to come to pressure. You know, I hear big things about natural horsemanship. Well, everything we do with these horses ain't natural. I mean, I'm going to have to teach him to come to pressure when the natural thing for a horse to do is to run into pressure. So that's why I use true to horsemanship term, because I'm being true to this horse. So as he's standing here, I'm just going to start rubbing him. And I went to my offside first. Now what I can do, I'll drop my halter open and rub him again. Now I'll take my other hand, start rubbing him, and see, my halter's big enough that I can slip over, but the halter's still on him. So I always got my hands on him. He's not learned that he can run away from this halter. Now the way the clicker works, this is what you get. Now if I had to and he got persistent about it, I would have still had the halter around his neck. I would have put this, start just working with my rope, using my rope, so I get the rope around his nose like that. You know, because then what I can do from here, since he's got a halter on to back it up, putting it over his nose, I got a hold of him, and I keep doing that so he gets accustomed to it. Now I'm going to start moving him forward. And to halter train, the way I halter train my horses, even no matter if they're 6 months old, I don't use a butt rope, I don't use one of them fancy things, and I don't make an X out of my rope on my weanlings or nothing. I always start at the hip. I start in a pin like this, and I start in the hip. So now, with the advantage with the clicker, this horse is already with me. So, you know, that's one place is nice where it's going to come in handy. So, he's focusing on me. And right now, they're not up here, but we got horses right on the outside of the pen. They can get here and hang out with us if they wanted to. And he's, like I say, he's an 8-year-old stud, has been handled. But I'm not going to train him in a sterile environment. That's good. He's got to learn. He is going to be gilded, but he's got to learn right now, no matter what. He's got to accept other horses. And I got my dogs, whose I will be in here any minute. So I'm going to walk that hip. So spook him a little bit. Spook him a little bit. Put some pressure. We'll put pressure on there. Pressure, right in the. It gives, right there he didn't turn the right way, but I don't care. I just want to teach him to get to the pressure. That's all my main concern is. Right there, he walked into me. I don't know if the camera picked it up. So we can start over again. I don't care if everything falls apart. You to always start over again. That's where the patience come in. So you have to move forward. Get off the outlet. Really likes to go this way. Something good, like right there. That's off camera, but he stopped, so that's fine. I don't care. He still stopped. He gave to it. So right now, you know, it's not fair to him for me to ask him to do all kinds of turns and be soft. Now I'm starting on his hard side. I'm not going to go to his easier side. Stops around and just puts pressure. Rope, right? It's hot. Let's go in that corner. That's fine. I'll use that corner to my benefit. At some point, drop my hand down. There. You know, I don't get frustrated. That's the last thing I'm going to do. I'm not going to get frustrated. And I'm not going to edit this out and take all that out to show when he is giving this halter real sweet. That makes myself look good. I mean, that doesn't do y'all who's watching this YouTube. It ain't good at all. But if you get a horse like this, you've got to see what happens. And yeah, I could have got the rope back on his other side and tried to get him. But I'm not going to let him learn he can push through his natural instinct and pull through that pressure. I'm going to keep it there. The only way I'm going to take it off there is when he does something right. One time Cameron didn't call it, he stopped, which is fine. Now this point is really important. My hand, I got the lead in. My left hand, I'm keeping it low down by my waist. That helps keep that rope low. So he's doing that real good. Now we send him out again. Give him a chance to fail. These horses got to fail before they learn. I mean, it's that simple. If they don't make a mistake, they cannot learn. So now I got it. Now, every time, earlier, I'm going to give him a nice pet, because that was good. Now we'll go to his better side. Hey! It's so big, he's evidently right-footed. So we just move this hip. I'm pushing him at the hip, and I'm flexing his head. Flexing his head. Flexing his head. And at one point I'm going to stop, back up, ask him to come to me. Move him out. He's moving. I'll stop, pull him to me. You notice I'm pulling him on that turn. So he learns to turn when I grab that head. Good, that was sweet. And you know, I'd like to thank everybody who's in Europe watching these. I mean, everybody from China. I mean, even China's watching these videos on YouTube. We hit a milestone at 20,000 views. It's just great. I'm getting emails from people. I got to translate them because I don't know what they're saying. They're really liking what they're seeing. So I really like y'all. Appreciate the good words you give to me. But it's about the horse first, people. I appreciate it, all the kind words you say to me. But it's really about the horse. So if you go watch through all my YouTube videos, you can have a better relationship with your horse. And not that hard. What you see there is not that hard. I broke it down. It does work. So anyway, thank you. Everybody be true to the horse. They'll be true to you. Remember also, always be true to yourself, because you can't be true to this horse unless you're true to yourself too. So God bless. Take care. Thanks.